Hello, welcome back to another Bolts Analysis. I'm your host Chris as we look at the Tampa Bay Lightning, the rest of the NHL. And last night, the Tampa Bay Lightning tied, but then lost. Bolts lose to the Detroit Red Wings 5-4 in the shootout in Detroit. And I can already hear the mean comments coming in from all those on social media going, ooh, the Lightning lost to the Red Wings. They could beat the best team in the league, but then they lost to the worst team in the league. They're going to choke in the playoffs again. Right. Atlantic Division, because I imagine most of the mean comments are coming from other teams in the Atlantic Division, we're going to play a little game called Sit Down. You ready? Boston, you have been to Detroit twice this year and lost twice in regulation, so not even getting a single point out of that place. Sit down. Toronto, you just went on a road trip to the three worst teams in the Western Conference and you only came away with a point, which was also in a shootout where you failed to score against the Los Angeles Kings despite being loaded with talent, and that's not even mentioning the whole Zamboni gate. Sit down. Montreal, you've lost 4 times to the Detroit Red Wings. Sit all the way down. Florida, you have had 51 days between your most recent home win and the previous home win. Sit down. Buffalo, we swept you this season, and you have also lost in a shootout to the Detroit Red Wings, and it was in your own barn. Sit down. Ottawa, you have also lost to the Detroit Red Wings in a shootout, and you are the only team in the Eastern Conference that can actually be mathematically caught by the Red Wings. Sit down. Class dismissed. That being said, yes, I am a little bit embarrassed that we lost to the Red Wings in the shootout. However, definitely mitigating circumstances in this one. We played Boston the previous night. There was less than 24 hours between the two games. Road trip as well. We had just had a very physical encounter with the Bruins. You know, took a lot out of us that game, but we won it. And then we came into Detroit. I think if we'd gone anywhere, it would have been a bit like, we are tired, we have just been in one of the biggest games of the season. Are we going to be as fresh? Are we going to be as sharp? No. Are Detroit going to be up for this one because this is kind of like a Stanley Cup final for them? Yes. This is the thing for Detroit. I think it was either Mantha or Bertuzzi. Someone in Detroit said it. It's like, we're playing for our jobs. It's like, yeah, they are. They know they're the worst team in the league. They're the worst team in the league, and then some. Like, they are in danger of setting records, the wrong kind of records this year. They need to get some wins. They need to at least get past 40 points, which they still haven't. They're on 39 now. Yeah, they're still need to get over that, and then sort of, look at maybe 50 points, and that's a stretch. They took it to us. I mean, this was a fun game. If you're a neutral, this is a great game to watch. It was 1-0 to them. Then we tied it, Braden Point. Then Carter Verhaeghe made it 2-1. And then right just before the end of the second period, Larkin, that's 2-2. Damn it. Then they go up 3-2, 4-2. Damn it. 4-2. And that, in a lot of situations, I think we would sort of be being like, get in the game, but Bernier is standing on his head, letting a goal. I feel like for a lot of teams, Detroit would have just been would have done that to them, and Boston had this. I think in both their games, Boston outshot the Red Wings in both games in Detroit, but still lost because Detroit just figured out a way to beat them. But Detroit didn't quite figure out a way to keep us out. We came back, Braden Point again. Man, he's good. I always enjoy watching Braden Point. He makes it 4-3. That gives us a chance. And then Pat Maroon makes it 4-4. That's it. That'll do to a certain extent. Tie game. And then, I've been reading sort of comments. People were like, after the game, being like, oh, Curtis McElhinney, he cost us the game. In overtime, was it Curtis McElhinney's fault that we had a 3-on-1 break and didn't take a shot? How is that his fault? That's not his fault. The offense has got to do stuff as well. It can't just be all, if we lose, it must be the defense, it must be the goalie. It's like, no, if you have a 3-on-1 scoring chance against the worst team in the league, in overtime, and you know that one goal will do it. There will be no time left. Overtime goal wins the game, and you don't even take a shot. I'm sorry, that's on the offense. That's why we didn't win. Because when it comes to a shootout, what? The goalie's going to save everything? I mean, McElhinney did make a save, but he can't be, expected, he's not to blame if Kucherov doesn't score. He's not to, no, silly. I think that's the sort of game, the way that the Detroit were playing, I think Vasi would have, struggled. Vasi hasn't always been, at 100%, and I think coming off the game against the Bruins, I don't think Vasi would have been at 100%. I think we needed to give Vasi a rest. We've given him a rest. He should be able to start against Toronto. That's what we want. We want Vasi against Toronto. You need McElhinney for games like this, and we got a point. It's not like, thanks to McElhinney, we got nothing because McElhinney... No. Silly reasoning. Calm down. This loss actually improves us in the standings. It was a game in hand. Yes, it probably means that we're not going to catch Boston, because we need every point we can get to catch Boston. But we're 13 points clear of Toronto now. Same number of games played. That is a very good gap. And we are 16 points clear of the Florida Panthers. They have 76, we have 92. 16. Massive point gap. Doesn't mean we're mathematically in the playoffs yet. That's going to take a few more games. But hey, this is a very good position to be in. I would not complain. I would not complain at all. I think what we need to do is take the fact that, we could have been a little bit sharper, could have been a little bit meaner, could have had, the benefit of not having that penalty called against us where Kucherov scored a good goal, but Larkin decided it would be a good time to do some embellishment. Thanks, Larkin. It is what it is. We move on. If in the next 3 games I'm sitting here Wednesday morning and I'm telling you that we've beaten Boston, got a point against Detroit, and we've beaten the Toronto Maple Leafs, I'm happy with that. That's what we need to focus on now. We're in Toronto. We lost the last game against Toronto. We need to win this one, not just to increase the gap, not just to sort of, give us more of an advantage going into the playoffs, but to show that when it comes to the big games, we turn up. We turned up against Boston. Let's do it against Toronto tomorrow night. That is it from me. Thank you very much for watching. This has been another The Bolts Analysis. I've been your host, Chris, and remember that for the Red Wings, this is basically a, reason to have a parade. And doesn't that just show how far Hockey Town has fallen?